Hello everyone and welcome to this second Football Manager editor tutorial. Now in the first one I showed you how to create a player. So if you haven't checked that out, watch it if you're interested, if you want to know how to create a Football Manager player through the FM15 editor. Also I showed you how to load and install the editor. I've got a separate video for that as well if you're interested in watching that as well. So in this one I'm going to be showing you how to create a team. In the past, people have been interested in how to create a team on my channel, especially when I did the Golden FC series a while ago, where I created my own team and put some of you guys into the team using the editor. So to do this, we need to open up the editor like we did in the last episode, and then go to clubs here. Now you can search for clubs and you can alter clubs yourself. I will go through that in a separate video at some point, but today we're going to be creating a new team. So I've clicked on add and here we go. You can name your team, you can give them a short name, a 6-letter name and a nickname and a second nickname if you like, all of those sorts of details. So if we go for Puffin FC and the short name's there, you can go PFC or something like that. Sounds like a really bad KFC, doesn't it? And then nickname, whatever, up the Puffins, various things. And you can make them extinct if you like, but there's not much point in that if you want to play with your team that you're creating. Then you need to select which nation they're from. So if we go for, let's go for Northern Ireland. And you can select which city they're from as well. And input that. And you can select which year they were founded in. If they're a professional or semi-pro amateur team, they're always going to be an amateur team throughout the game. Things like maximum and minimum age of players, the morale of the team. I'm not quite sure what the maximum is there. 20. Reputation of the team is quite high, I think. Maximum of 10,000. So that's, you know, if they've got a bigger reputation, then they're more likely to compete with the big boys, I guess. Man United will have a massive reputation, for example, whereas someone like Colwyn Bay will have quite a small reputation in comparison. If you're creating an MLS club, that's a different story, but that's a complicated matter, I'm sure. I won't go into those details today. So you can select ownership of the team. So chairman, president's obviously, that's a sort of Spanish thing. You've got general manager as well, but usually it's president. And you can select whether they're a limited liability company, public limited company. That affects finances in some way, but if you just want it to be randomized, leave it blank as ever. If you're a business minded person, you'll probably know which one would be best for you depending on the type of club you're intending on making. And you can even have a member owned club if you like. Now, then you can select a stadium if you like. If you leave it blank, then I think it creates a random one for you. I will be doing a stadium tutorial, I guess. That can be another tutorial that I do. If you create a stadium, if you know how to create a stadium, you can just select the stadium that you've created, search for it, and then put it in. But for this case, you could just maybe put in Wembley, and you could play at Wembley Stadium, although I'm not sure how that would work if you're based in Belfast. But you can have a reserve stadium, a youth stadium, a training ground. We could select Wembley as the training ground. But yeah, there's various things you can do. You can do the attendance, minimum and maximum attendance. That's the usual attendance that the stadium gets or that your club gets. And then you've got how good the training facilities are. A maximum of 20. Same with youth coaching, youth facilities and youth recruitment. So obviously if you give them all 20, you're going to have very good training and youth systems. You can also select alternative stadiums, the supporter bands. There's various things you can say you're going to move stadium in 2 years. Select a new stadium and then change the date, the leave date and the move-in date of moving into that stadium. Finances wise, the balance is basically the money you have in the bank, but you can also select the transfer budget at the start of the game and the remaining wage budget that you have at the start of the game. So obviously if you play Football Manager, you'll know all about that, how much money you have in the first transfer window and how much wages you have left to spend on extra players coming in. Now, Sugar Daddy, you know about those sort of people like Roman Abramovich and that sort of thing. Foreground means that they're at the centre of attention. They want to be involved in their club, like the Man City owners, pumping lots of money in, but also wanting to be quite involved and maybe have unrealistic expectations to start with. Roman Abramovich is set as an underwriter on Football Manager simply because he's pumped a lot of money in, but he's usually in the background of the club, lets other people be in the charge of the board and chairman and that sort of thing. And they're also unlikely to want to invest more money in the club at this present moment in time, but won't let the club go bust. Background is probably a good option because it means that the chairman's sitting back but still providing lots of money for the club to progress quickly. You can also select clubs to have transfer embargo dates and end dates and that sort of thing. If you want to have a transfer ban, you can select the start and end date of that. There's stadium rental costs as well you can input, average season ticket prices and match ticket prices, and how many season tickets are available. There's other things you can include, other types of income, such as kit sponsorship, general sponsorship, various things there, TV deals, and individual TV deal. So you can basically make your team very rich very quickly if you really wanted to. But I guess most of you won't be doing that for this purpose. You'll just want to create a basic team and add some players to it. Maybe putting them in the bottom division and working the way up. Because you can include things like debts as well. So of course, if you want to edit a team, you will be using these options as well. Just searching for the club and editing the team's details yourself. Because there's so many different options there, like player buyback clauses, sell-on clauses, and all these various things there that you can input. Now, competitions is important because this is the division that your club will be playing in. So if you want to put them at the bottom of English football, you will go for the Vanarama South, for example, and put them in the Vanarama Conference South. There's other things like regional divisions for really low down teams, and you can select the start and media expectations and how high that should be. Then you've got things like tactical attributes. This is the sort of expectations of the team and I suppose the reputation of the team, whether they're very attacking or very direct, quite dirty, and that sort of thing as well. And the supporter profile you can select out of 20 once again, and whether they're loyal, passionate, patient, if they're rich with affluence and temperament as well. You've got contract types, so you can this isn't probably that relevant, but I mean you might only be able to give a key player a full-time contract and various information like that, but you'll probably be leaving those blank. Now, kits and colours. Now you can just use the basic kits. You can select different colours, first kits, second kits. Now there are ways of inputting your own kits. There's tutorials out there on YouTube if you want to do that, but if you just want to go for a basic colour, you can just use this system here where you select the home kit colours, pick a random colour for example, and then you're away with various things, various outlines, colours as well going around. You can select the type of shirt that you want, the kit style, so you can go for stripes. It's all quite fun really, but of course, like I said, if you want to input your own Photoshop kits, then there's plenty of tutorials already on YouTube to do that. And then you've got away kit, third kit, and all the goalkeeper kits as well. Now this is important because you want to select the staff of the team. So board, you can select a director of football. You can create your own director of football if you like, similar to how I've taught you how to create players basically. Coaching staff, you can add various coaches, managers, manager of the team we can select. Scouts and physios the same. Then players, if you've created your players, you can add your own. You can search for the player you created and add him in, or you can just select some real life players and add them in to the team, like so. And we've got Lionel Messi. So once you've created that and put every single player in that you want, you can add other things like players out on loan, players away on loan. You can select captains for the team, so we can select Lionel Messi, and the responsibilities of various staff members. And then we've got the relationships with other clubs, so you can select whether they've got a really good or a really strong rivalry with a particular club, and whether it's because of the local proximity to them, the competition that you're in, or maybe a historical reason. And the same with favourite people, dislike people, and club legends as well. You can input things like the records of the clubs, current affiliations with feeder clubs and parent clubs, and all this historical information down here as well. So it's all good fun really. Once you've created your team, you just need to save it like usual. ABC team, and then it's saved. And just like on the last episode, you then need to just open it up. Open up the game and select the database that you want. So we select the ABC team for our database and click confirm. And then just play the game as usual. Once you've started a new game, here we go, Puffin FC, Lionel Messi, I think the only player in the team. And then obviously made up players will be put into the team if you haven't selected any basically. And they're rich, worldwide, 5-star reputation. Next match, a friendly against Man City. So there we go, an interesting colour scheme as well. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please leave a like if this has helped you in any way. Please subscribe for future tutorials and check out my other series as well if you're interested in Football Manager or football in general. And yeah, leave your thoughts in the comment section below and let me know any other tutorials you want me to make. Thanks for watching, guys.